Namaste and welcome back to Soul Family. In this video, I want to talk about Shambhavi Maha Mudra meditation technique. And in last month, I went to learn Shambhavi Maha Mudra from Sadhguru. He organized an event in Long Beach Convention Center, and I was waiting to learn this technique. Somehow I felt like it completes my um, Vipassana meditation technique because it helps in a way where it calms the mind a little bit sooner than than just focusing on the breath. Because like Goenka said in his first video, in his first discourse, um, first evening discourse, that by chanting a mantra, or it might be Om, or it might be any kind of mantra, your mind tends to calm down because you're focusing all your mind's energy to utter the mantra and also become the mantra, the sound itself. So the mind kind of calms down a little sooner if you're like having a hard time to control or calm your mind down if you're working in IT or in any kind of stressful situations, or you have this uh, all the time running kind of mentality where you need to get stuff done sooner. So if your background of work is like that in your daily life, then it might take a little bit time for you to come down before you begin and go deeper into watching the breath in Vipassana's first method, which is also called Anapana. So, uh, this this wait for me, I waited for a pretty good amount of time to learn the technique of Shambhavi. So I don't know. I know the technique, but I don't want to do it myself uh, because of my own fear, I guess. I thought, like, you know what, I needed to someone to give it to me, someone to initiate me, or like Sadhguru says in his videos and talk about what Shambhavi Mahamudra is and how ancient it is and how old it is, and it needs to be given to it used to be given to students or to disciples from the masters. So that's the tradition that followed for many years, as he would say, because it's also kept as a secret because it'll enhance your capacity of your mind. And um, it's a process how Sadhguru or in Isha Foundation Shambhavi Mahamudra, it's combination of 8 different techniques into one, breathing techniques and asanas, and finally getting in there. So all these techniques, what they do is like pranayama in it, like couple of things of pranayama, and like the two yogasanas which will equalize your breath, and um, specifically for sitting more comfortably, like stretching your legs, and it patangasana or shishupalasana. So these two will stretch your hip more so that you can sit longer. I think it's in Shiva's. Um, I think Shiva and like said like 8 different asanas which are really good for sitting a long time for meditating, and if you perfected at least one of it, then all others would open for you because you tune your body into a certain level where you can sit in that posture for a very long time and very comfortably. So, but with that knowledge of when it opens up you, when you are very comfortable with one posture, all the postures will open up for you because that you just understood how your body is functioning. You calmed your mind and set your mind's focus onto achieving something bigger. So, and I think Shiva said, I read it somewhere, I forgot where I read this. It's 8 asanas for deeper meditation. Even one is good. It's not, you don't have to like go through all the eight. If you learn Siddhasana or Padmasana, these two are for sitting longer time, and it'll hold a certain mudra and a certain energy flow in your body, which you will identify yourself, which you will experience yourself if you can sit for at least 1.5 hours, 2.5 hours. The moment you cross this amount of time, because your body will go numb, you'll feel this electric current going passing through. There is undercurrent always runs through the system. So for us to get there, we need to sit longer. Then we'll understand why they focus on mudras, or why they stress on holding a certain mudra, or why is it, or why we should only hold it this way or not that way. Or it'll open up for you rather than me explaining. If once you pass through 1.5 hour to 2.5 hours of continuous sitting, non-moving, then you'll understand how the energy is working. You feel this electricity, and you can only feel that point at the time. It is hard to explain this. It is better for you to experience for sure. So diving into Shambhavi, is there a comparison between Shambhavi and Vipassana? No, absolutely no. There is nothing which can compare to Vipassana. Vipassana is so simple, so potent, it'll take you to Samadhi very easy, super easily, compared to other techniques. Vipassana, if I can compare Vipassana with Isha Foundation's meditation techniques, that would be Samyama. Samyama, in my view, what all the research I did, I think Sadhguru's or Isha Foundation's advanced program is Samyama, which is like um, combination of chanting Om for 3 days. This is how I read about it, someone's review about the technique. But I did not go through Samyama because I don't want to, because I'm good with Vipassana. Vipassana took me to the point of Samadhi on the very first day. So, and Samyama is a little complicated for me. But if you're a person who is in city life, completely in city life, and you lack discipline for yourself, and your seeking intensity of your seeking is a little lower, then you might want to go to Isha Foundation, because there will be people who will focus on you, and they'll see if you're doing it right or wrong, or they'll come to you, they'll tell you and all that. But if you have self discipline in your life, and if your seeking is intense, then I wouldn't go through Samyama in Isha Foundation. There are very many other things which are very simple, and they'll get you there to that experience where Isha Foundation is trying you to see the moment of Samadhi, at least like the glimpse of Samadhi. So because once you see it, there is no denying. You cannot deny that. You've experienced something which is way out of your physical senses, your body, and you're out of it. It's like you experience your soul. So then the longing, like I experienced it, now I cannot go back. It's like it's I try to fool around, in the sense I try to like go into my old patterns again. It's not working. it's Once you see that perception, that experience is undeniable. So yeah, this part I would say, but I would never compare Shambhavi Maha Mudra with Vipassana. Vipassana is it's like they're worlds apart. But what Shambhavi does is Shambhavi can calm your mind down and get you that clarity for you to go to Vipassana and do the meditation technique a little sooner. In the sense, um, Anapana itself will get you to Samadhi if you do it right. Anapana is the technique where you observe your breathing at the nostrils, or this circular area, as S.N. Goenka said when he is explaining about the Vipassana technique. So Anapana is just you're observing the breath going in and coming out, going in and coming out. Your mind's entire focus diverted to one single point. So, but I picked this very tiny spot. I couldn't, like, from the very beginning when S.N. Goenka was saying that you can focus on this circular area. That area looked really big for me for some reason. So I I pinpointed to one single tiny location where I'm feeling my breath going in and going out. It is so minute, super minute spot in the nose where I feel my heartbeat and all that once I got in deeper into Vipassana, into Anapana. So Samyama, where in Isha Foundation's Samyama program, where Sadhguru is trying to get you to the point where you can at least have a glimpse or at least like uh, feel this bliss inside, which is undeniable. But with Vipassana, I think I had that on the first day, so I don't have to go through all the drama and all that. It's a lot of hype around one person. If the person says he's enlightened and like all the people's focus goes there, it's too much of all that for me. I need simplicity. I just need a technique where I can go in. I don't need everything else. I don't need to feel this. I'm doing a very ancient process. I'm doing something very special. I am a special person. I don't want to feel that. I just don't like that at all. I need a simple, very simple technique, and I just like the simplicity. So but a lot of people are in society where they need to feel the speciality about someone else giving that respect to you or the level of appreciation they are getting in life with all the people. They depend on that. But I'm kind of person, I'm little, I won't say I'm ahead of it, but that energy doesn't matter to me. I am more dependent on my own energy. So, excuse me. And But do you wish to do Shambhavi Maha Mudra, or are you looking for it? Or if you're debating, I would definitely say, advise or suggest for you to go do it, because the breathing technique itself will clear your mind. It's Sadhguru, like he says that it's a seed he is giving you, but I don't think so. You already had the seed within yourself. And I'm not like going against Sadhguru or something because I like the man for sure. There's no doubt. Uh, but I love the person, but not to the point where I lose myself. I'm more conscious about where my journey is way important than me falling over being like a peep for someone else. It might be a guru or something else. I don't care. For me, all it exists is that destination I'm trying to go, that final point of my own self realization, because do not distance yourself from enlightenment. This is the basic nature, you already have it. You just want to go and see that you are that already. So, that one thing I want to clear, because it is easy for you, for any person who is going through certain spiritual process through a guru or a teacher or something, when you entered a certain level of clarity or certain level of bliss in your body. So sorry, I was getting a call. Anyways, and we tend to give more respect or credit, more respect or credit to the person who is giving you the technique. But nothing is free. Nowadays, it's not like a guru and a disciple relationship where both are in deep love and there's no money involved in it. It's nothing like that. So it's like you're paying. If you're going to a teacher or a guru or someone else, you're still paying. It's not free. And they might say anything. They might say that they're giving you the seed and you need to like take care, water it, plant it, but you have the seed already. Everyone was born with the seed. You just need a technique to get inside yourself and do it. Shambhavi for me is I'm gonna do Shambhavi for a lifetime. It is not Isha Foundation giving it to me. Through Isha Foundation, I'm learning it, but this technique already exists since thousands of years. This is where I'm at. This is my understanding. Each person's understanding is different, and I'm not gonna judge or change it. It's up to you. So Shambhavi Maha Mudra it's really good. It's awesome. The clarity you'll feel after doing Shambhavi is amazing, because the breathing techniques and pranayama is like, it'll give you so much clarity, because it'll suck all the energy which you're spilling outside yourself with thoughts, with all the things you're doing. It'll bring it back to your body again, and you'll do this intense breathing techniques where you empty your lungs and hold it, and you'll fill your lungs and hold it. This improves the lung capacity. It also gives you this clarity. Once you, anytime, if you like stop your breathing, if you take a huge breath and stop your breathing as long as you can, and remove your complete breath out and hold yourself as long as you can, that itself give you a clarity, because your body is like, it just, you compressed it, and it's like, you had this bulge opening again. Then you'll feel so relaxed after that, so it gives you this clarity in your mind. And how and what I am doing with Shambhavi is, I'll do my Shambhavi Maha Mudra technique in the morning every day. um, because I'm not doing it like Isha Foundation said that you need to do it for morning and evening. It'll they say it's a mandala of 40 days you should do it, then it'll complete one mandala. But for me, I'm not doing it 2 times, because of my own body's thing. I get so hungry in the evening if I do it. The second time if I do it, I get like, so many things are happening. So I just like, one time morning, for the moment I wake up, I'll clean myself, I take a shower and do it. There's no other things to do. This is a permanent thing for me. I'm not like, um, I'm not a person who need to tell myself, okay, we gotta do this every day, no, I'm gonna do it every day. That's simple it is. Because it's helping you. It's helping you to clear your mind, calmer your mind, and like, your body is fine. And it's like, it's this whole system setup is like, you're making it stronger. Your will is getting stronger. So why would you not do it? This is how I talk to myself. So it happens automatically. I was waiting to learn this technique for 4 months, so finally I got it. And yeah, so how what I'm doing is, I do my Shambhavi in the morning, and after Shambhavi Maha Mudra is a 21-minute process, like he said, Isha Foundation's technique, how they described it. Uh, but in the final stage of, in the last step of Shambhavi is, you're focusing your two eyes in the middle of your eyebrow right here. You put your head high, and you focus, your eyes are turning inward to that point in the center, like that third eye center, and you hold your eyes there at the center of your eyebrows, and maintain it there, and watch your breathing. This is the final step. Right here in this step, I start doing my vipassana. I begin my anapana right here. So and I continue it for 30 minutes to 1 hour, or how long I can hold the vipassana technique. So this is what I'm doing. It's really good for me. It's awesome. I'm having a really good time for sure. There's no doubt in that. Because it is so fun. It's like, it'll give you energy, it'll give you clarity, and also you can hold. Um, you can get into the vipassana a little easier. The In the sense, if you're sitting down and doing anapana, and you're watching your breath going in and coming out, and going in and coming out, after doing 30 to 45 minutes, you'll enter a certain spot where your mind is a little calmer and a little calmer. You can feel that you're something changes in your vision, even though if you're closing your eyes, it's dark, but you can still feel that your focus sharpened a little bit. So that point comes after 30 to 45 minutes of calming down. Everything calms down. Your breath calms down, your body calms down, and all that calming down then you'll enter that spot where you feel really calm, super calm, and it's just like super low energy is like calm or everything. You can really feel that. Like once you're, it's a sweet spot. You cannot miss it. So with Shambhavi, I can get there a little sooner. It'll cut down like 20 minutes of my time of just watching Anapana. So I do my Shambhavi first, and then in the end, I'll start doing my Vipassana. So this is all I wanted to learn because I'm good with this technique. I don't need anything more. As of now, I'm very firm on what I have in my hand. There's a lot to explore with these two because one thing is making your body a little bit more flexible to sit down for longer and clearing your mind so that you can enter into the deep state a little sooner than how you would be in normal life or normal times. So this is what the vision I had for the very beginning, and I'm good with this thing. So I'm thankful for Isha Foundation and all that they do because it takes a lot for sure. And I don't do programs like Samyama in a bigger, like he in Isha Foundation, like 1,000 people or 900 people or 800 people, they sit down for Samyama. But I am not that kind of person. I need just less people is better, and less watching you that what you're doing. I don't like that someone else is like behind my head all the time because I don't need that watchingness because I watch myself because I'm here for a reason. If I'm doing going to deeper level of meditation, and there should be dedication, there should be longing, there should be intensity in your seeking. Otherwise, why would you even go there? It's like it doesn't matter for you to go there. So you should stop with the things which will make you a little happy with the modules or the training things or techniques will make you a little happy and make you function your life a little better than how you used to be. Your intelligence grows a little bit. You can see things clearly. That should be good. But programs like Vipassana and Samyama, if you really want to go deeper, it needs dedication. It needs absolute strong determination and dedication and persistence. Otherwise, it's like this. Once you have experienced what samadhi is, even a glimpse of it, or at least closer to the glimpse, even if you didn't get a glimpse, but at least you got closer where you saw the body current, something is like the whole electricity is in the body and you felt it. And that itself is very blissful. Even if you got to that point, after that point, if you want to go further, you need intensity. You need strong determination and dedication, and following the principles of not telling lies. And you need to maintain your system, the clarity of your mind. And but if you give a break, which I did, uh, I created resistance for my own samadhi experience because it's going to change my life for sure. It's going to completely change my life. There is no doubt in that. It's absolutely clear for me. So, but when you have glimpses of samadhi, you're not rooted in samadhi. You're rooted in the sense, once you root yourself, you're a different person. You're almost enlightened. You're close to enlightened almost. By me saying enlightened, I'm saying enlightened like Buddha, not like someone else. It's like you were totally enlightened. But a lot of people who had samadhi, they think they're enlightened, but I don't think so. The samadhi is the beginning. It's the very beginning, and there's a lot after that. So, uh, yeah, this is what I wanted to share so far, and I'm having a lot of fun for sure. It's amazing to see. I definitely created resistance for my samadhi experience because I've seen that okay, it has a potential to change my life completely, and my mind is still clinging to the desires of my old habits or my old patterns that may be food and people and places, whatever. So that needs to go, and I created resistance for that experience, and try to fool around a little bit, but it's not working. So I need to go back to my deeper meditation again, and because if we create resistance to a certain experience you had, because it has the potential to change your life, or your entire personality will change, because you are dissolving your personality. Who you think you are will be dissolved if you establish, if you root yourself into samadhi. You're a completely different person after that. Whatever you do, you live in samadhi. You live in that bliss. You live in that intelligence. So it's not going to go till you die. So it's there. But for that, we need to keep practicing continuously, because once you saw, and if you move, there is a Sufi story for this. Like a person, like Sufi, like took his disciples and explaining, showing a person who is digging a well for water in the ground, and they were like, oh, there's so many wells he's digging, but he's not digging enough. He's digging to a certain point and he's stopping, because he thinks that there is no water underneath it, and he kept like at the tip of the point he's missing. He's keep digging again and again and again in various places, but not digging enough. He's just at the final step. He's not digging. He's like, okay, he lost his will to do that. So I think this is what happened to me when I created the resistance, because I saw that it'll change my life totally, because it's completely all the stupid game I'm playing with work, with all the crap. It became crap literally. So uh, I need to let it go. I need to completely let that go. So my mind was not ready. I'm clinging to my old self a little bit. So, but I also don't want to force myself. I can't. Meditation should have happen very easy. Like it's the best meditation experiences, or not best, I can't compare, but still, um, I would say the more deeper experiences in meditation I had after my Vipassana experience is when I never planned to meditate. I just sit down someday at my sometimes at my dining table, sometimes here at my altar, and I close my eyes and go to meditation without even planning, without even like there's no time or nothing. I close my eyes and just start going into meditation. Those are the times I had like really calm or peaceful, and the clarity, and a lot of situations in my daily life I've solved a lot from that, because it has to you have to go to meditation really easy. It'll become easy, and once you initially you need to like put a lot of discipline into yourself, and self discipline, all that. Either you acquire it by yourself, or from seeing others, learning from masters, and something else. But once you got to the point where you are like, okay, I'm at this stage of life where I can self discipline myself, then you'll do meditation initially, then after that it'll become easy for you. It'll not be like, oh my God, I gotta meditate for 1 hour now. It's not gonna be like that. There's no even there's sometimes there's no not even thinking. You go, you sit down, you meditate just like that. So it's that easiness will come to you. The more you are into that easiness, samadhi will get closer and closer to you. So you're just getting step by step. You're getting closer to samadhi, and samadhi is when your self is removed from you, the burden of the self, in the sense who you think you are, your ego mind just moved apart. When that moves, you are with yourself, you are with your soul. That's your focus is one pointed, single pointed, whatever the object of your choice is, like uh, watching your breath or something. So once you get down there, once you are able to go into samadhi and come out of samadhi uh, at an easeful manner. Initially, it might be tough, but slowly, you might get in, and like you can stay there and then come out, and stay there and come out. After this, one day, after like going in and coming out with ease, one day it'll stay permanent, and that's your suffering is done. You were eliminated from the suffering. No one can give you pain or anything else, because you moved away very clearly, that you were identified with your soul, which is eternal. So then the body, you'll see the body is going through pain. You'll have the calmness. If you're going through pain in a painful situation, and or something physically, something hurt you or something, you'll still not react like super fast. You know that your body is going through pain, and you'll do things which you need to heal the body or stop the pain or something at a very easeful manner, because it's it's like this. It's like you moved away from your body and watching yourself, that your body is going through pain or pleasure or whatever. You're there though. That's your awareness. That's your consciousness, your soul, or whatever we can call it. So definitely, I'm really happy with both the techniques, with Shambhavi and also with Vipassana. Vipassana is a long-term thing. Vipassana is intense. It's easy. It can shock you, but that is a shock. That shock will wake you up too, because I read a little bit about Samyama technique and what Isha Foundation is offering. It's like, first 3 days is chanting Om. It's like in Vipassana, first 3 days you only focus on the breath. You're calming the mind and getting the mind into the single pointed focus at some area over here. And Samyama is like chanting Om for 3 continuous days. That also calms you down, because you're focusing your whole mind into that sound, becoming that sound. So, but Vipassana is really simple for me. So it's like, no, I can focus. Yeah, your mind will take you somewhere, it'll go somewhere, you're bringing it back. It'll go somewhere, you're bringing it back. Initial effort would be there, but slowly, slowly you'll get there. And the other techniques, some of them are Osho's dynamic meditation techniques, where you speak gibberish and all that, where you're letting your subconscious mind speak, because it doesn't have a voice or doesn't have expression. So you speak gibberish and it'll feel calmer after that. So in Samyama, this it's a mix of all this. Then after that, I think the final stage is watching your breath going in and coming out. Vipassana is a very powerful technique. Buddha is extremely intelligent. His intelligence doesn't have a boundary. We cannot calculate how intelligent he is, because every word he spoke, every action he did after his enlightenment is extremely well crafted. You see, there are no space for errors in what he speaks, otherwise he'll stay silent. The energy they are using, they're uttering the words, they're very careful with it, because you're emitting the energy out, it goes out. Once it goes out, you can't pull it back in. So they're very cautious about what they're speaking, how the people would receive it. So I'm surely in love with Buddha for sure. It's not like I had this since when I was a child. So since my childhood, I'm attracted to his personality. How um, you see any Buddha's picture or idols or anything, you'll see this calmness, like his face. The whole idol is so calm and so serene in everything. So he lived there. He lived in that calmness. So, but before doing Vipassana, I didn't had a clear understanding of what Buddha really is, how ahead of he is in his intelligence, and how he brought the Vipassana technique back to the humanity and he gave it to all of us. And I couldn't see this, because I didn't had an experience of what Samadhi is and how to focus your mind or concentrate your mind to a single point. And I don't know all these things before. I know that you can go somewhere deeper in your mind with meditation, but I didn't know how and how far you can go, and because I didn't have an experience to define it to myself. But once I saw, then I really very clearly, there will be moments of these flashes of intuition will happen to you. In when you enter deeper states of meditation, sometimes it's like one single click or one single flash will download a lot of data in your head. It's not like, this whole data is downloading into your head. It's like one single click of perception change will happen. You'll see everything very differently. All the things you're not able to see in great clarity, in the sense, let's just say we're talking about a flower. How deep you can go with the flower before this experience and after this experience is really different. You can really get into how it's creating itself and how the body is happening and what's really happening and how the energy around it is. And you feel this perception change happens. After the perception changes, you can see very clearly. Till that point, I did not know what Buddha really is. So once that changed, I'm like, OMG. So this is what Buddha is all about. He is extremely ahead of us, super ahead of us. And he only gave to the point where people can confuse themselves. Because if he starts speaking um, more, it's like his disciple on the day before Buddha died, or on the day Buddha was dying. He said Buddha said to his disciple, to Ananda, I guess Ananda or some disciple. So probably Ananda, yeah. So uh, to take care of the final ceremony and all that, and Ananda didn't get a chance to speak to him in private because this Buddha always surrendered with people, and finally he had the chance, and Ananda asked him, "Have you spoke a lot of things, but I had this in my mind that do you keep any secrets from all of us?" So Buddha said, "You see this entire forest, this whole forest, all the leaves in the forest, every leaf in the forest. I kept that many secrets and only gave a bunch full of leaves to you guys." So that he's saving our own mind from ourselves so that we can see that, because the moment they say about things, we'll go into like we'll go into this cycle of good and bad and good and bad and good and bad. It'll go and we'll make all these perceptions without even experiencing it. Let's just say someone said to you that he's an enlightened master, and you start believing it. That okay, he's an enlightened master, but how do you know? This is the question, right? No one would ask. Like, people are ready to believe someone when they say that they are enlightened or they're masters or whatever, because they are a little better than them. That's the only thing they believe in. So they start believing that okay, they are enlightened or something. But how? How do you know that? On what basis you're believing that he's enlightened? Because you didn't know what it is. You have no idea what enlightenment is. And how are you believing that that person is saying, and you just start believing it? Why do you do that? So these questions, there's so many questions popped up, and once you understand, once you go to the place of samadhi, then you'll see you can believe whatever people say to you. It doesn't matter if a person is enlightened or not. All it should matter to you is how far you want to go in your own journey. If you find a teacher, then a lot of people will become like peeps around the teacher. They'll like start bowing down and doing all the things. And they forget why they are there for. They start listening to the teacher or the master again and again and again and again. They love the teacher so much and giving all their energy, and they forget why they are there for. Their intensity of seeking will go down because the teacher is giving the information, he's feeding with the information, and the person will is so satisfied with that he's learning something new every day from the teacher, but he'll forget how to learn from himself or herself. I see this happening. I see this happening everywhere. So anytime you learn in from a master, or whatever the person is saying that he's an enlightened master and he's giving you this technique or whatever, you only give importance to the technique. Use the technique. Make yourself a master. Do not die seeking. Die like a master. So this has to, because you already have that strength in you. You already have that seed inside you. No one has to give you the seed. You have the seed inside you. You need to break that open. That is all. And make it a big tree. Hope my video helps. And yeah, it's been a while making a video, and there's a lot of changes happening in my life. And uh, but I'm calmer. I'm having a really good time. And these both these techniques and this how I was able to like combine these two, and how it's working for me is mind blowing for me. Because the very first time when I heard about Shambhavi and also Vipassana, without even me knowing what they both are, I had this in my mind that these both will help me for some reason. I didn't see that I can fuse it together, because SN Goenka, like he says, when you go to what do you call your when you go to Vipassana center, he'll tell you that do not use any other techniques. Only give importance to Vipassana technique. Um, Maybe when I go down there, I'll follow just just the Vipassana technique. But Shambhavi is definitely helping me to go deeper into Vipassana a little sooner than how I used to do. So it's not like I cannot pick favorites in these two. It's not like but they both are together. For me, it's like they both are one for me. It's like in the end of Shambhavi, the last 5 to 7 minutes, it's like you put your eyes together and watch near your center of the eyebrows, and you start watching your breath. That is like anapana to me. So I begin my anapana from there and go deeper. So I'm still waiting for myself to go a little more deeper into samadhi again, so that I'm getting closer every day, so I can feel that. But I need to continue my journey in this thing, not dig the hole in different areas. Since I already had a glimpse of samadhi, which is also called satori in Zen Buddhism. So I already had this, so I saw the other side, and now I can't act like I didn't see anything. so, so I need to seek more, and like create more intensity in my seeking, and go down there deeper every day. By and by, slow and slowly, I'll get to a point where I can go into samadhi easy and come out of it whenever I want it. And once this established, once this you're going in and coming back, and it'll become permanent on time. It might happen in a day, it might happen in 10 years, who knows? Because I was not even expecting samadhi experience in my first Vipassana experience. I had no idea what they are, though. I know samadhi is for people who are enlightened, but I didn't see myself. See, these things happen at a point where you were utterly innocent and your desires are zero. There are no desires. In that moment, samadhi happens. So I only focused on my entire focus is on the technique, and like I'm only watching what the technique is, and kept watching my breath. So in my other videos, I explained my samadhi experience and all that. So yeah, if you're looking for Shambhavi Maha Mudra, and I would definitely advise you do that, because even if you're in work in like a busy schedule and traveling a lot for work or whatever, Shambhavi is a 21-minute technique, which is good. Like, but the real effects of Shambhavi you'll really see after probably 6 months to 3 years of time. Depends on how calmer you are to observe yourself, because there are a lot of subtle things will open for you once you, because Shambhavi in the breathing techniques, there are one of the technique in Shambhavi is like you hold your these are called bandhas. There are three different. Bandha means a lock, or tying down, so or holding it in Sanskrit. So it's like you lock your breathing. You take a deep breath and you lock your chin, and you take all the you push your belly towards the spine, to backward, and you hold your Muladhara. That's the perineum, or the anal, between the anal outlet and your genitals, that perineum, that spot. You hold that tight, and your belly is in, and you're locked, and you're completely filled with air, and as long as you can. So these are three different bandhas, three different locks, and when you combine this, it's called a Mahabandha. So this is one of the thing in eight different techniques combined together in Shambhavi. So when you do this, you're taking a huge breath and you're locking your entire system down, completely locking everything. You're it's like you're giving an expression to your life force. Your prana is like you're you're getting that out to your visibility, how alive you are and how life is thriving inside you. So once you get down there and once you locked and you push your stomach back towards the spine and you hold the Muladhara or the perineum, you all these three lock together, and as long as you can, and you open your chin lock and release your exhale, entirely empty your lungs, and then do the lock again and holding these two locks together, even though you're exhaling the breath. And you lock yourself again in in the emptiness of your lungs. So after you do this, after you release this bandha, one locking is with the full breath of these three locks, and the next lock is about exhaling, and in the emptiness of the lungs you lock it again as long as you can. You hold it and you release it. Once you do this, you'll have this clarity in your mind. It's like super clarity. So these are pranayama techniques, and it's not new. It's I think the bandhas are in Astanga-Yoga, I guess. So all these techniques are generally helpful in your body, for your body and for your mind in your daily life. It'll give you this burst of clarity. You don't need coffee. You don't need any stimulant after doing these kind of things, because the clarity and the calmness would stay. It's like calm, focused, and you can run if you want. You can sit down if you want. It's like you can do whatever in that calmness, in that groundedness, and your intelligence will keep growing because you're enhancing the level of oxygen you're taking and the capacity of your lungs with this. So for this to happen, we shouldn't expect results sooner in Shambhavi. The real Shambhavi effects will come later because your body needs to adapt to this. There is no rush in this. These kind of things you should do for life. This is not for something you do it for a week or something. It's not a weekend thing. So these are good habits. So it's better to do it for life, unless you found something else which is a little better than this one. So this is my view. So I do this way. I found this, and I'm gonna do this for life, unless I find something which is cutting down the time and also giving me more benefits than what Shambhavi is giving me. Unless then I wouldn't switch it. So yeah, so this is what I wanted to like make a video on this. I hope this helps if you're looking for doing Shambhavi or going into meditation, or or you're already there. Hope my video helps. Hope this talk helped. Thank you so much. It's beautiful. It's like the summer is coming up. The spring is just like it's bringing back all these millions of hibernating cells into burst open into life. It's just amazing to see all these things. So happy to be alive, and I'm on heaven for sure. There's no better heaven than earth for me. It's because it's so many life forms and so beauty all around me. It's like it's keeping me occupied. Wish you well.